A quick demo. I'm going to show you a little bit of how Git works. Just really some basic things. I'm using Git for a project I'm doing. It's called Auction Site. It's not the actual name of the project, but it's what I'm giving it for this. And this is the development version of it. Still a lot of work to do, obviously, but we're going to show you a little bit of how Git works, not really go into the design of things. So I have Git working over here. You can see that if I go over, type Git, it is in here. I can do a Git status, and I can see kind of where my Git is. The first thing you want to do before you start working on a project, usually if you want to have up-to-date code, is to do a Git pull. Now on a Git pull, it'll take a little second, but it says already up to date, so we're okay. But if you pull before working on the project, then you're going to have less conflicts later down the line. So it's a nice thing to do. Now let's make a quick change, and we can actually do what's called like git add. And we could do a git status and then git push, but since really there's nothing in there, it's already up to date, we don't really have to worry about anything. So let's make a change first. And let's adjust maybe the header so then we can actually see a change in here. Now I'm going to make a change, and I'm going to call, let's see, where's a good place to edit, testing Git. Let's see how that shows up. You can see that it shows up right in here. Now, to push this, we're going to go in here, we're going to do git add. Now we can do a git status just to check. The git status doesn't actually do anything other than checking what's been modified. And you can see that my header.php file has been modified. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to have to commit it. Now the commit call, message, you have to put you have to put a message in here, and this is important. You have to commit your code first. Now this is where you can put a message in, and this message will actually show up inside of Git right over in here, and we're going to then push. So you can see that it's pushing, it's compressing everything, pushes it. And now when I refresh the page, you can see that this is a test to push. I can actually see this commit. I can see what I added, which is kind of cool. Now I can also, another way of doing this is I can go over and I can see the commits, and you can see that right in here there's a commit, and I can see everything that was done. And I can see how I added a line of code. Now let's delete a line. I'm going to save this. I just did a command S. And we want to commit this again. So the first step would be add. The dot makes it so it adds everything. You can do a git status again. You can see that it was modified. So I'm going to remove example as my message. And you can see that I actually have my deletion in here, which is cool. Now I'm going to push that change. Now I can go back in here, and you can see that there's another commit in here where I remove this change. And if I go look at this, I can actually see that some things were deleted. No, I think I clicked on the wrong thing. Yeah, so you can see that I deleted this line of code. Now what makes this nice is that we now have some kind of version history on this file, and if we need to restore something, we always could. So every change you make and every change you commit to Git, is stored in Git, and we can go ahead and change things up down the line. So that concludes this tutorial. I hope it helped. Let me know if there's any feedback for this, and be happy to answer any more questions. Talk to you soon.